Welcome, GCEA conference goers. Got a little video I've made here for you that we'll be doing in class, and it's really fun. I'm going to start here in a blank page on Illustrator, and I'm just going to start with a single line. I've got a color assigned to the line, and I'm just going to draw it at an angle like this. It does help to have color rather than black or white. Some kind of a bright color, chromatic color. Okay, I'm just going to go over here. Let me close my panels here. I'm going to go up to the Effect panel and pull down to 3D Revolve. And I'm just going to click on the Preview button, and instantly I've got a little form here, cone. This is not the most powerful 3D imaging in the world, but it sure is fun. From this, you can control the shape by just turning the cube here and seeing different views. You can see inside of it. You can turn it like that. The vector that we drew is our starting point, and all the adjustments are here. Now I've opened up the More Options panel here so you can see my lighting control, which is really great. Click here and you can move the source of the light. I really like the plastic shading the best. There is wireframe and a no shading, which makes no sense at all. And diffuse, and the plastic is a great place to start because you can kind of turn the other, you can make the other appearances by adjusting these out here. Now back here on the lighting, I did want to mention there's a way that you can put the lighting to the back with this little button right here. I'll get it here. That little button right there, click on it, and now the lighting is behind the object. Now it's a lot more kind of a subtle type of lighting, but you can see it affecting the edge there. And kind of depending on how I turn the object, I can get a little bit of a wrap of light coming from around the back. You can create additional sources of lighting by clicking here. You can also send that to the back just for fun and get some lighting coming from around there. Click one more time, and if I leave this lighting at the front, or as it's lighting in the front of the object, I still have full control of all this. And you can really get some great lighting techniques here. It reminds me of working in the studio in photography. You can change the intensity of the light. You can change the ambient light qualities, which I like to add shadows on things. The highlight intensity, which is really cool, and the highlight size, kind of making it more of a sharper type of light. And blending steps just changes the number of those little paths that you see right there. I usually kind of leave that alone because you can make your file awfully bloated if you're not careful. Shading light, any dark color will work. None doesn't do much for me. Custom, for some reason, defaults to red, but you just click here and you can pick maybe a darker red, or you can pick a violet, which a dark violet is a pretty nice shading color. Black, you can almost never go wrong. It sort of looks good no matter what I do. Okay, you can have the object looked at as if it's partly clipped open. Let me see if I can make this work here. There you go. As if kind of a breakaway view or a cutaway view. There you go. You can see how I'm now seeing inside the object. Nice. Okay. There you go. Pretty nice. Okay, and there's a bunch of more options there too that you'll want to experiment with. Okay, let's say I'm pretty happy with how that looks. And once I'm back in here, I can still edit. You know how the direct selection tool works. You can move your anchor points. Remember, this is just a kind of a starting point. And depending on where I move that, kind of changes the appearance of the cone. Make it shorter, make it longer, move it around like this. You can move this one too. And again, it seems like it's wrapped around a center rotation here. And so you can affect it like this. You also can have fun with the pen tool. Pen tool, as you know, will add anchor points to an object. If you then go back to your direct selection tool, you can click on that anchor point by itself and start to change the whole kind of appearance of the piece. Lost it. Isn't that neat? Back to my pen, I'll attach a new shape. Isn't that amazing? I'll deselect and then reselect and do it down here. Okay, using the cutaway view there. Now if you decide, for instance, that you maybe don't like the lighting or you want to edit a shape, go to the appearance panel. Rather than trying to add a new 3D adjustment to it, just go straight to the appearance panel and you'll see that the control is right here. I'm going to click right there and I'm right back in. I do have to turn the preview button on, which kind of drives me crazy. I want to change this back to 360. There you go, to make my object solid. And I can still rotate it. Get different angles. And change my lighting. Pretty nice, huh? And a lot of fun. I oftentimes just draw things and I have no idea what good they are, except I just really had fun doing it. Okay, so let's say now that I want to try another shape, I'll just come over here and I'll initiate a new shape. This time let me draw a curve. And I'll go up here to my effects. Now if I want to apply the same 3D function as I did here, just click on the top link. It immediately provides you with something that you can start working from. Pen tool. Direct selection tool. Now it inherited the open look there, but remember you can go in there and change anything you want to with it. I'll turn my preview back on. Switch this back to 360. Just click in another box there or touch the tab key to establish a difference there. Rotate. And I'll OK that. And it's much the same each time. I'm going to maybe just kind of play again with the pen tool. Add a new anchor point, direct selection tool, click and drag. Maybe change that into a convert anchor point to a corner. All your stuff still works. Now that to me looks like a mistake. Sometimes it does kind of make mistakes with the way it approaches these shapes. Okay, pen tool, again, you can convert corners and curves into corners, or you can delete. Let me try that again. You can turn corners into curves, and curves into corners. You can move the anchor point away, and down. Just all kinds of neat, fun stuff that you can do with this. Okay, so that's kind of a basic introduction to the revolve. A couple of other things I just thought of. You can change the color. sort of instantly. Some really beautiful colors, and the highlights are just amazing. Okay. And you can also break an object apart with expand. What expand does is basically this. It just turns all of those effects into real paths. So I'm looking at my outline view here, and you can see what was this becomes this. And that offers some neat options too. You can select those individual pieces and fill them with a different color. I sometimes like to just kind of use my shift key and select a bunch of them and then change the colors and see what happens. Sometimes not much. Sometimes it's quite impressive. Okay, and I'm just changing the stroke, and that's part of my problem. There we go. Let's try selecting a bunch of areas up here, and you can see it's kind of cool. There we go. Anyway, just kind of messing around here, but that's the revolve. Okay, I'm going to end this one.